Okay, guys and girls, we're going to finish off the last part of the Flutter tutorial. Um, so basically we left off setting a theme for the global colors, like color primary, color accent. It looks like now we're going to update our fonts for the project. So let's grab this text. Let's go over to Android Studio. It says that we need to put this in this pubspec.yaml. This is basically where you manage your dependencies. And then it says that there should be a spot here. So we'll do packages.get. I hope I'm running the right project. Looks like I am. Okay. So I don't see it here immediately after the Flutter tag, so we're just going to put it right here then. Hopefully this is the right syntax, and we'll do packages.get or packages.get. That'll go and that'll get all the packages that it needs to that it might not have seen already. So you may get errors in running pub.get if you cut and paste the declaration above. Start by removing leading white space and replace it with spaces using two-space indentation. Okay. So that really looks like one, two. It looks like we're off one set here. Oops. So let's try this. Let's go back. Let's do this. Let's try packages get now. See if that works. It looked like it worked before, but so then maybe it does need to be right underneath the Flutter tag. That's kind of weird, but let's try it again. That seemed to work. We could cheat and check out what the final project looks like, but we won't do that right now. Okay, so let's go back to the instructions. It says in app.dart, add the following after build shrine theme. So we're going to create a text theme, it looks like, in addition to our overall app theme. And we're going to overwrite this, and let's just look at what it does. So it takes the base text theme, copies it, and swaps out some of the fields or settings. And then it applies, after it gets that, then it applies font family rubric, display color, using some colors from that we defined earlier in our colors.dart file. And so now use the new text theme. So add the following themes to build shrine theme. So now we've made the theme. Now we've made the text theme. Now we need to apply it. So hopefully this will be this. So we've got text theme, primary text theme, and then it's kind of weird, primary text theme. I guess we're setting it here. So where are we setting the primary text theme? Here. I guess it's basically the default. We're just changing some of the colors, the display colors and the body colors. So now if we do this, maybe we'll see some updates to our project. It looks like the specifications for our font were not exactly correct. Did it actually work? I can't tell if that is different or not. It looks the same as it over here, so maybe it is correct. Okay, so use a customized primary icon theme. So in build shrine theme, we're going to do a primary icon theme. Let's get back to our project over here. And I know there's faster ways. I apologize for switching in between things. So let's take that. And now let's see if anything happens. We're able to perform a hot reload. I wonder what it says. So click the play button, brown icons in the app bar. Okay, so I guess it... Okay, so if this doesn't work, let's press play. Maybe we just need to do a full hot restart. While that's running, I'm going to go over to GitHub and see what the final state is supposed to be. So I'm going to go over to the repository that we forked, and I'm going to check out the branch that we've made, or the fork that we made, and go over to the final branch. I think there's a branch for the final state. So let's go, hopefully there's a complete branch. Let's see. So there is a complete branch. And then what we're really going to do is we're just looking for the pubspec.yaml and to make sure that we basically specified our dependency correctly, because I think we're having some issues there. Okay, so we should have a font. Okay, so they put fonts all the way down here, so that's not what we did. So let's go back to our project and let's specify the fonts correctly. I didn't think this was correct. So let's go down here. And now we've got our fonts here. Hopefully, you know, the indentation that we're using here is not correct. So let's just do, I think we can do basically control. Let's try this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Basically what I want to do is I want to put 2 spaces. I know if I do that, so I need to do control, is it control G? Whoa. Sorry guys. Hopefully this brings everything back. I think it's shift G. I think it's just shift and then down. Okay. Son of a gun. I'm forgetting my hotkeys. That's okay. We'll just do this. I'm going to make sure we get our weight out here. Where is weight? Weight is right underneath the A, so that looks right. Let's see. Had a hiccup. So we're doing our Flutter packages.git, which is basically equivalent in Android world of a Gradle sync. It looks like it worked this time. I don't know why it's still showing packages.git there, but normal. I didn't think it showed it all the time. I thought I only showed it when you made a change, but whatever. So if everything works, we should be seeing brown icons in our app bar. And I see everything white now. So that's even more interesting. Is it because we didn't log in? If we log in, are we going to... Okay, so there they are. So we have no app bar on our login screen. Okay, so let's go back to our code lab, which we're going through. My computer is being slow. Okay, so shrink the text. The labels are just a little too big, and I guess that they mean these are the labels. So in home.dart, change the children of the innermost column. So where does the new code start? I think it's right here. And let's go to our widget in home.dart. So let's go over there and check it out. And put home.dart here. Handle overflowing labels. And I think that this is where they wanted us to do the switch. So basically, if the product is null, then we do an empty product name. Soft wrap false, I don't know what that means. We got overflow of ellipses. That kind of makes sense. And then a size box of 4. And then we've got a formatter for product price. So we can actually delete these two. It was meant to but then we need to make sure that we get everything for. We deleted a little bit too much. Okay, so we need to make sure we nuke this piece of the. So now if we reload our project, and I wish it had an always showing setup. I need to start getting back on Ubuntu. The challenge is I have no iPhone X emulator, and I'm also on an AMD chipset on Ubuntu, and the Android emulator doesn't play that well with the AMD chipset, or at least not the version that I have. So this is where we're at. So let's do next. And so now we can see the titles, I guess, are not as big. The price looks overly big now, though, compared to the title. I wonder if we're going to fix anything for that. So we want to center the labels and align the text at the bottom of each card, inside of the bottom of each image. Move the labels to the end bottom of the main axis and change them to be centered. So these are going to be something related to the labels. So let's go figure out. So we need, instead of doing start, we do that, and we end a line on the main axis. Since we're in a column, our main axis, not access. Our main axis is up and down or vertical. So we're going to say we're going to line it to the end and center it. This doesn't look right. So something messed up there. I'll figure out what that is. Let me hit play again, maybe a full refresh. So it kind of looks like it's not centered here. So, but the text isn't centered in the card. So we need to do cross-axis alignment, center the items on the card. So let's do that. Let's do our cross-axis alignment. So where is the card here? Where do they want us to put that? Center items on the card? Okay, so they want our actual items inside our column, which we were just talking about, to be centered. And what were they? I think they were start. So now we're going to center those as well. So let's go back to our emulator, press next to go to the list screen, and let's try a hot reload here. It already hot reloaded when we pressed save, so awesome. So that looks like it's done. No, but we've got more to do. So we can also theme the decoration on text fields with input decoration theme. So inside our build shrine theme method, we're going to basically update our input decoration theme. Okay, so we're going to add a border to it. So in pretty much in other frameworks, this would be, I'm trying to think if there's an easy way to do it now, but I think this would be pretty hard in other frameworks. Maybe I think iOS has this built out of the box, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But in Android, I'm not sure if you would get, if this would be that easy for you. So let's go over to our app.dart where we've got our theme, and let's add basically an override for our input decoration theme. And let's hit play because we're already on our details page. I don't know how to press back on an iPhone. I should probably learn that before I do another one of these. so we don't have to keep pressing play to go back to the home page or login page, but that's okay. Right now the text field's a field decoration. Let's remove that. In login.dart, remove the field equals true. So we're going to remove field equals true, obscure text. And so then we're going to have this. Okay, so let's go look at that. So I want to see what field equals true means. So, okay, so field equals true, it looks like we get this little part of our theme introduced there. So let's go back to, what was it, login.dart. And they had it commented out. We're just going to nuke it. So we've got one of them. Where's the other one? Up here. I wonder if we can hot reload this. Let's try it. See what we get. You can see we've got the input decoration here. That's a border. Let's go remember how we did that. We basically did border outline, input border. And that's actually an object of input border, I guess, type. Okay, sounds good. So our field equals true, we got that in there. And then they want us to do a little bit more. No, that was, so then what else do we do? Type in a text field, decorations and floating placeholder renders in the correct primary color. But we can't see it very easily. It's not accessible to people who have trouble distinguishing pixels. They don't have a high enough color contrast. So in login.dart, so we're going to fix that. Add the following outside the scope of any other class. Primary color override. So we're going to create a class in login.dart. So let's go back to login.dart. We're going to go down here. And it's got us a little hint. So we're going to do primary color override. Then we're going to have to apply that somewhere. Next, you'll apply primary color to the text field. So we got to import colors.dart. So we're actually going to override, it looks like, our theme here. Let's import our colors file that we made. Okay. And then wrap the username text field with the new widget. Okay, so we're going to go over to the username text field. We're going to basically, where's the username? And here it is. So here's our text field. We're going to do the primary color override, which takes a color and a child. And we've got our color here. And we've got our child of the text field. And everything else is the same. So if we save this, once the beach ball stops, what happens? Let's check it out. If we type, okay, so now we've got that override. Instead of, I guess, whatever our color primary was, we're now using our input text color of which we're overriding, which we're changing using the primary color override widget, which we created, stateless widget. And now the input text is the color that we specify, which is K-Shrine Brown. Which if we type in here, that's exactly what it looks like. Okay. So what else did they want us to do? Wrap the password text and then click the play button. So we're going to just go quickly and wrap the password text with that. And instead of typing it all out, we're just going to copy paste. But in real life, we would want to copy it all out. So there's the end of our text field. Copy paste, save, and this is all in a list view and not a column. And I guess that's because a list view provides some scrolling mechanisms. Okay, so now this looks like the easy one. So we're going to adjust the card heights to be 0. So now that you styled the page with specific color and typography that matches Shrine, let's take a look at the cards that show Shrine's products. Right now they lay on a white surface next to the site's navigation. So if we adjust the elevation, let's see what it looks like right now. What our cards look like. So they've got some shadows behind them. So we're going to make them flatter in appearance by removing the elevation to our cards. So that's going to be in home, and I guess we can just hit the elevation flag like that, hit our hot reload, and now they're really flat. They're going to blend right into the background. So how are we going to fix that? Change the elevation of the next button. So now we're going to change the elevation of our next button. Well, what about how flat our cards are? What about that? Things look funny now. But if you ask me to do it, Code Lab, I'm going to do it. So remember, our next button's in the bottom bar. Well, hopefully we're going to come back and fix this. I'm sure we are. These guys know what they're doing. So in app.dart, import a special cut corners border file. Okay. So we're going to do it at the theme level. Let's find out. Let's see what we're going to do. So we got to go to app.dart. Oop, I closed it. So let's open it up. Let's do our import up here. Where does supplemental come from? I don't know. We'll figure that out later. And in app.dart, add a shape with cut corners to the text field decoration theme. So let's find out where our text field decoration theme is. Blah, 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 blah. Don't think it's there. It's going to be somewhere. Are we in the right spot? Decorate the inputs. So I guess this is where we're doing. We just overwrite this thing we just made. So let's do that. Okay, change the button shapes on the login screen. So we can do that. Let's go to our cancel button. And it looks like we do that to our next button too. Let's start a build while we're working on that. Let's go to our next button and let's do it like this. Come on, let's go. So our next button and our cancel button. Ooh, now we've got this cool little cut corner style going on. And we did that by just overriding our input, what was it, input text decoration? Our input decoration theme, and now our buttons have a little bit of that beveled rectangular border for our next button. I guess our cancel, we see it on the shadow. No, I guess we just see it on next. So I don't know. You can't really tell it on the cancel button. So it talks about how shapes can help with your theme, and you can see Shrine's got like a diamond thing, so they're kind of, I guess, using that hard corner kind of foot feel. Next, let's change the layout to show the cards at different aspect ratios and sizes, so each card looks unique from the others. Wow. Okay. We've already written the files for an asymmetrical layout. Okay. So in home.dart, change the whole file to the following. Alright, if you say so. So let's go to our home.dart. It cannot be that whole thing. They don't want us to remove all that, do they? Change the whole file to the following. let's do that. Let's see what happens. So let's go, let's load our home page. Okay, we're on our home page. Asymmetric view. So they made a view for us, which takes a list, I guess, products. Okay, yeah, so they made a lot of stuff for us. That does not look, so we've got to do this thing. We got to do our hot reload. What was going to be a hot reload to change like that? We changed our entire file. Yeah, it did. It did. And now it should scroll like horizontal. It doesn't look that good, but let's keep going. Maybe it gets better. Color is a powerful way to express your brand. A small change in color can have a large effect on your experience. So we're going to add some more colors. Put them down here. And then we change the build shrine theme and build shrine text to be the following. So it looks like there are going to be some pretty big changes, and they don't really walk us through them. Or we don't really get a walkthrough, but I bet if we look at the difference, there's not too much difference, it looks like. So that's okay. I wonder if we hot reload here, what happens. Let's try it. the guy in the clay sweater is funny. So I'm sure something changed. Color the logo diamond white. In login.dart. I thought it's black on a white background, so how's that going to work? Okay, let's do it anyways. So let's press play so we can get our login.dart. Let's find the image. So here's our image. We got to get more code than that because that doesn't work. So here we go. Did we need to do new image asset, or can we just do image asset? Is the new redundant? Is this a static method? I don't think so. Whoa! Okay. Okay, so we made some big changes. So now they want the background of the diamond to be white. So we hit hot reload. Let's see if that happens. Boom. That was cool, man. Okay, so then we're going to override our primary color override because now we're a dark theme, and if we start typing dark in a dark theme, I guess it does work because we changed our primary color text. But let's figure out what's going on here. Let's go to our primary color override it like it asked us to. And that was a weird copy paste there. Maybe I need to do that. Did I miss something here? No? Oh, here we go. So we're just overriding the color override color in our widget. So let's go over here. I'm surprised that this wasn't brown. typed in there. I wonder if something's broken. So now I think when we type in there, it should be yellow once the hot reload's done. But that's not working. So what did we miss? So in the home.dart, change the brightness to brightness.dark. So maybe this will fix it up. I could have sworn that this should be yellow now. Where's our colors? Is our colors? Yeah, our color case shrine yellow. If we do find usages, will it show us and log in .dart that we're using it? I hope so. Did I destroy my computer? So let's go read what the recap says. Alright. So I'm not sure if what we have matches this. So it found some usages. So let's full rebuild this thing. We press next, what happens? So it looks a little bit more normal. Like you'd want to probably see these cards with like rounded edges on the borders. Now our hamburger menu's yellow, our search. So in basically making one change to our theme, we're able to change a whole bunch of elements in our apps, and that's the beauty of theming. So hopefully this will finish building. So it did. Can we get yellow here? No, it's still white. So I must have misunderstood. How does it compare to... You can't tell because there's no typing. Is the rest of it the same? No. So when we have it selected, it should be a white background. So something, and look, the cancel button is black here. So something is awry. I'm going to repaste the theme. So we either miss the application of a theme in login.dart somehow, or we messed up something here. So let's see this. That's the same. Oh. Well, that's a bummer. So what would make the text of this button black? Have we applied a theme to login? I've already made one mistake. What if we check? What if we check? What's going on in their finished product? So we probably want to do 104 starter and 103 complete. Figure out login.dart, what's diff. So we can do that actually real easily, so let's do that. Let's go to login.dart, and we can maybe figure out where we made our mistake. So what we're going to do is we're going to right-click this tab, and we're going to go to, I thought we would have a Git thing here, but we don't. Do we have Git set up here? Yeah. Do we have other branches? No. So let's fetch origin slash Let's fetch this and we'll do a comparison maybe. Remotes is red for some reason, so why is remotes red? Okay. So can we do a get comparison now? No, we still cannot. Why is that? Do we need to enable VCS? Okay, so now maybe we can compare this file against a branch. Hopefully it's not too gnarly, so they've got spacing differences. So they have a different way of specifying their shrine. So we need to, I wonder if we can just copy this here. Hopefully that works. Size box 120. That looks all the same. That looks good. That looks good. They have a little bit different placement of where they put some of their fields, but overall it's the same. What's kind of weird is this Shrine 900. I wonder if I put this alt yellow in the wrong spot. Let's go back to the code lab. Let's see what it told us to do. Let's go back to the right tab. Yeah, they still have alt yellow here for the primary override. I don't see it taking place though. This lab seems to match more what the pictures show. What if we just do that? No, that's not the way we did it anyways. Oh well. So let's do a hot reload, see what happens. Well, that's even worse. Maybe it's an app. Where did we get messed up? It's almost like this theme is not being applied. K-Shrine theme is right here. Is it because it's a final value? Why is this text not black or dark brown? Or gray, I guess, alt dark gray. Now I messed up the diamond. Now the diamond's, or is the diamond up here? No, I can't even see the diamond. This is horrible. It's all broken. Well, sorry guys, I'm going to troubleshoot this and maybe I'll be back later. Thank you.